Parents, I want you to picture this. Your child just broke a family heirloom, and your first instinct is to raise your voice or dole out a punishment. But what if I told you there's a better way? One that not only nurtures your child's well being, but also strengthens your bond with them. In this video, we'll dive into why traditional punishment might be doing more harm than good and explore powerful, positive alternatives that can transform your parenting journey. Stay tuned to discover how you can discipline with love and empathy, which fosters a happy and harmonious home. If you're visiting for the first time, I'm Dr. Taniesha Burke, your positive parenting coach, and welcome to our channel. I want you to check for me. Look and see if you're a subscriber. If you're not, hit subscribe and the notification bell so that you can be alerted of our upcoming videos. As parents, our ultimate goal is to raise happy, healthy, and well-adjusted children. However, the methods we use to discipline our children can significantly impact their well-being and our relationship with them. Decades of cross-cultural research and anecdotal evidence strongly suggest that punitive measures can be detrimental. Instead, adopting positive discipline, which is the whole focus of this channel, can foster a more supportive and nurturing environment. I know for many of us, punitive discipline is what we know, it's what we grew up with, and we think it's effective because we might think it was effective with us. I am coming from a traditional background from Jamaica, and punitive discipline was very popular in my culture and also within my home, and I'm sure many of you can relate. But there are drawbacks that research have shown that are detrimental to our children's development. So we're going to look at those right now, and I want you to pause and reflect on each of the drawbacks and consider whether or not this is having the same impact on your children. Punishment has emotional and psychological impacts. Numerous studies have shown that punitive discipline such as spanking or harsh verbal reprimands can lead to negative emotional and psychological outcomes. According to research published in the Journal of Child Development, one of the most prestigious journals in parenting, says that children who are frequently punished may develop higher levels of anxiety, depression, and aggression. This is because punitive measures can instill fear rather than understanding, which leads children to associate mistakes with punishment rather than learning opportunities. Punishment erodes trust. Anecdotal evidence from countless parents and educators, including myself, indicates that punishment can erode trust between parent and child. When children are afraid of being punished, they're less likely to share their thoughts and feelings with their parents. This lack of open communication can hinder the development of a strong, trusting relationship. One parent shared on a popular parenting forum how her son became increasingly secretive after she adopted a punitive discipline approach, which highlights the negative impact on their relationship. Punishment breeds rebellion. Research from the American Psychological Association, another trusted scientific journal, suggests that children who are punished frequently are more likely to engage in rebellious behavior as they grow older. Punishment can create a power struggle between parent and child, which leads to defiance and a desire to assert independence in unhealthy ways. Punishment activates the stress system. According to the attachment theory, physical punishment activates a child's attachment system under conditions of threat. When children feel scared or rejected due to harsh punishment, they're more likely to develop anxious or avoidant attachment tendencies. Please listen, parents. It also lowers self-esteem and creates worse mental health outcomes. So research confirms that spanking is significantly related to insecure infant attachment. As all parents, we need to strive for secure attachment. And one of the ways to get to being securely attached is to ensure that we remove punishment from our toolbox of parenting strategies. So if you come from a culture where it's natural to spank your children, scream, yell, shame, humiliate them, and you've been using some of these strategies to get your children under control, you might be saying, yeah, Dr. Burke, that sounds great, but what can I do instead to create a more healthy, harmonious home in the way I discipline my children? So this section of today's video, we're going to look at that. So I'd encourage you to pause, grab a pen and paper, and make some notes on some strategies that you can use instead of punitive strategies such as punishing, hitting, or yelling at your children. One alternative to punishment is natural and logical consequences. Instead of punishing, allow children to experience the natural consequences of their actions. If they're safe, especially to be noted only if they're safe. For instance, if a child refuses to wear a coat on a chilly day, they will feel cold and understand the importance of dressing appropriately. Logical consequences are directly related to the misbehavior and can help children learn from their actions in a constructive way. Instead of punishment, try time in, not time out. And let me describe this. Rather than isolating a child in a timeout, consider the time-in approach. This involves sitting with a child and discussing their behavior calmly. Time-ins provide opportunity for parents to understand the child's feeling and help them navigate their emotions. This method fosters a sense of security and strengthens the parent-child relationship. And actually should be noted that research have shown that when you put children in time-out, the part of the brain that is activated is the same part of the brain that activates when a child is feeling physical pain. So every time you put your child in timeout, the brain is understanding that and experiencing that as if you were hitting them. So timeout is definitely not an approach that should be practiced. It creates that physiological response and it also damages the relationship you have with your children. Try positive reinforcement. Encouraging good behavior through positive reinforcement can be more effective than punishing bad behavior. Praising children for their efforts, no matter how small, boosts their self-esteem and motivates them to continue doing well. For example, acknowledging a child's patience while waiting for their turn can encourage more patience in the future. Instead of punishment, set clear expectations. Clear and consistent expectations help children understand what is expected of them. Discussing rules and the reasons behind them can make children more likely to follow them, especially when they're part of the rule-making process. When children understand the why behind rules, they're more likely to be inclined to cooperate willingly. Finally, practice empathy and understanding. Teaching children empathy by modeling empathetic behavior yourself can have a profound impact on their behavior. When children feel understood and valued, they are more likely to reciprocate those feelings towards others. A simple, "I understand how you feel," can go a long way in validating a child's emotions and promoting positive behavior. Parents, the whole goal of discipline is to teach, not punish. By focusing on positive discipline techniques, we can promote better emotional and psychological outcomes for our children and build stronger, more trusting relationships with them. Embracing methods such as natural consequences, timings, positive reinforcement, clear expectations, and empathy can lead to a more harmonious and supportive family environment. Parents, please remember, every child is different, and what works for one may not work for another. However, the overarching principle remains: children thrive in environments where they feel safe, understood, and valued. By shifting our focus from punishment to positive discipline, we can help our children grow into happy, healthy, and well-adjusted individuals. We're now at the end of our video, and I know for some, this video might be a bit controversial because for many of us, we might say punishment worked for us, being spanked worked for us. But perhaps by going through the drawbacks, you might have realized some of the drawbacks within yourself or not. I just want you to consider that there are alternatives to punishment and to try those out with your children. So, if you have tried out the alternative, please leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you have friends or family who you think may benefit from this content, especially from this video, please share this video with them. Thank you so much for joining us, and goodbye for now.